So your doubt is probably right now, if you're listening to this, maybe you're feeling absolutely epic. Your unstoppable self belief is drowning out all of that doubt. Or maybe right now you're in a little bit of a whirlpool and your doubt is dragging you down, really high volume, being an absolute bastard. I have had so many conversations about doubt as well as sharing my own doubts. And I think that it's such a like a when I think of doubt, it is such a complex beast that it's not easy to say that one thing is going to support you to overcome that doubt on one specific day. There are so many different recipes and formulas and practices and remedies that are specifically personalized to you and what you are going through and what you have been through to find where that root of doubt is. So in this episode, I wanted to just sort of summarize a little bit about doubt and all of the different ways it can show up, as well as tell you about my event that is happening. It's starting tomorrow, the Boost event, 3-day challenge, all about helping you to overcome your self-doubt as well as and imposter syndrome, as well as helping you to create unstoppable self-belief and support you to create a plan of action so you can be focused as fuck and get stuff done. Let's put some shizzle. No, hold on. I've forgotten it already. Let's make some shizzle sizzle. Yeah, fancy it? So this episode is all about doubt in all its different forms. Um, if you are just found me and landed on this episode in the podcast world, my name is Claire Hill. I am a self-belief and business coach, and I'm also the queen of unstoppable self-belief. And I am here to support you to rewrite those stories, turn the volume down on that self-doubt and raise that volume up for that unstoppable self-belief so that you can make anything happen. You get more joy, more energy, more money into your life and your business. All right. There's so many ways that you can learn about me. So I'm not going to talk any more about me. I'm going to talk about your doubt. Before I crack on to that, please go and have a look don't have a look, click the button, subscribe or follow wherever you're listening or watching. We absolutely celebrate every single one of you that chooses to press that little button. Say thank you so much. Okay. So I've got notes because I'll be honest, I reckon my doubt tells me like to forget it. When I teach doubt, I just need to move my slide so I can see my face because I worry then that I'm not recording. And yeah, I am recording. There's so many times I've recorded full episodes and I've muted the mic before I've started talking. And then Hannah, the best VA in the world, goes, Claire, there's no sound on it again. Okay. I keep looking at myself now. This is the one trick. If you're doing your stories, don't look at yourself. Just don't. Just don't. Okay. So I teach about doubt that it is rooted in imposter syndrome, fear, and worthiness. You may have one area that it is rooted in, or you might have two or three. If you're like me, I had all three. I need to move my chair. I'm so uncomfortable. Hold on. Um, so those three, when I started working on my tsunami of doubt that hit me when I become first self-employed. And I mean, the thing is that I had been suffering with loud doubt for decades. And the remedy that I had was being a workaholic, but I was really struggled with like feeling worthy, not feeling enough. That's where being a workaholic came from, and imposter syndrome, and never feeling like I was enough. I always thought I was broken and not worthy of much really. So I had very poor boundaries. I was very highly critical of myself. I got myself into very poor relationships, friendships, said yes to everything. Oh God, there's so many stories I could tell you. But when I became self-employed, there was nothing really that I could hide behind. And this tsunami just hit me. And so I had to work through things. I'm still working on it. Like there's not one day that I don't go and work on my mindset. I've done it today, every single day without fail, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, sometimes more. I am constantly working on my mindset, constantly. And it's worth every single minute of investment. And I wrote it down, didn't I? Let me get you this quote, because I saw the quote and I thought, I need to say that in the podcast episode. So now I need to find it. Da, 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 da. Just listen to the lift music while I find it. I'll tell you what, if you're new and you're listening to this, she's like, gosh, she's not very prepared. Well, done is better than perfect, my love. I am not into life isn't polished. And I, you know, it sticks. Things stick if they're a bit rough, eh? Oh, can't bloody. Do you know? I wrote it down. I thought, oh, I really found it. Woo! Right, okay. Here's the quote. The factor which is critical for success is the level of commitment you're willing to put into changing those limiting beliefs and your mindset to become a successful founder. It's not. I've said this again and again. This is why I'm a self-belief and business coach. Your success comes from how much commitment you are willing to make to your mindset. That's why it's like business mindset strategy that you are working on. This is work, and it is hard work, and it is 80% of all of your success is what's going on in here. So when you are sitting here listening to this stuff and I'm talking about doubt, if any part of you zones out and doesn't want to listen to that bit, rewind. That's your doubt stopping you from listening. If anything comes into your head as you're listening to this, grab a pen and paper, journal on it straight away, because it is critical for the success of your business to commit to that growth, to commit to the work to get that growth. I'm going to say the quote again. The factor which is critical for success is the level of commitment you're willing to put in. There you go. I really wish I could remember who said it. Thank you, universe. Wherever I heard that and wrote it down. Thank you. Okay, so the doubt breakdown. It's really clever actually, because each one is a letter of the word doubt. So first up, your doubt might show up as D, distraction from your superpower. This is when you start procrastinating and you're like, or you decide, oh, that's I'm not, it feels too easy because it's my superpower. It's too easy. So you get completely distracted from actually your zone of genius and you get stuck into some busy work of procrastination. Your doubt can show up like that. Oh, not zero. I was going to say zero. Oh, doubt can show up like the old stories that you've outgrown. So it might be that, like, one of mine was that I was poor. I suppose I was poor, but like as in I must be. Oh God, I know I really feel bad for like my younger self when I say this, but I'm just showing up a little bit skanky. People aren't going to want to talk to me because I'm a little bit skanky. And that comes from an old story of when I was at school and I was that kid that no one really wanted to be friends with because I was a bit skanky. I really got to find another word for skanky. I don't like it. One of my clients, I accidentally said to her, I don't know what I was doing on a voice note, my client Rebecca, and she said to me, "You're never skanky, you're just sparkly." I was like, oh my God, I love my client so much. Love her. I love her. So your doubt might show up by telling you those old stories, even though you are completely outgrown. That you outgrown all of them, but it will tell you them again. It could show up as unmet needs for safety or certainty. So this is where this is a great example of this. This morning was a bit of a weird day because I had to do the school run, which was the first drop off. So I know you're listening to this later on in September, but it's actually the 3rd of September today. My husband did it yesterday and I did the pickup. So I did the first drop off today. And I had to go to the hairdressers straight after. And I knew I didn't have time to stay there to have my dye washed off. This was a mistake, by the way. Huge mistake. Because not only did I walk out and I get hair dye on my coat, but I wore a jumper that I then had to take over my dye-filled head to wash it off and get in the shower. So I was all like, oh, this is really great. I won't have to get in the shower. I'll just get dressed and then I can go to do the drop off, go to the hairdressers, then come home, have a shower, get ready for recording. And then I've got to go to the office after this. What? Sounds brilliant. Perfect. And then why the bloody hell did I put on a new jumper? Bloody new. Hair dye all over it. What a twat. Anyway, mistakes happen. Obviously, I'm supposed to have 2 of those jumpers because I'm gonna go on Vinted and find another one because it's great. So, I'm guessing, what's meant to be is the universe wanting me to have a snuggly jumper for my pajamas and have a normal one. I don't know. Anyway, it was stupid. But my doubt got wonky because what I normally do is I get up and I get straight in the shower. So because it was a change of plan, my nervous system got dysregulated. It's ridiculous. Nervous system, that's all to do with trauma from when I was a kid. But all of a sudden then, because that happened, I was going, what am I doing recording the podcast? Do I even know what I'm talking about today? Is it going to be okay? Because I was going in the middle of my best mate's hair appointment. I was just running in. We got the same hairdryer, getting my roots done and then running out. I've got an event later. What are they going to think of me? What am I going to wear? And my doubt just started getting loud. And all of a sudden, then I was like, hold on a minute. I'm not regulated. That I've been triggered because I didn't get in the shower. I'm honestly, my trauma is so complex. I was like, okay, deep breaths. I'm standing at the kettle doing box breathing. If you haven't tried it before, stop what you're doing and just do some with me now, right? You breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. And you do that 5 times. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. If you're coming to Boost in the next 3 days, I'm going to do that box breathing with you at the beginning of every single session because you have to be regulated to be ready for me. Otherwise, it's too triggering and it doesn't go in. Your doubt stops you listening. Okay, so that's you. B is all about beliefs you've absorbed, not chosen. Like, this might resonate for you, that I'm too much, I'm too loud. I had a conversation. There's a project that I'm working on, and I spoke to the guy that I'm working on it with, and I said, I just want to let you know, I am not going to tone down my vividness. I wasn't like this with my head. If you were watching, I wasn't like that. I probably could have done. Maybe I was. I don't know. I was like, I am not going to tone down my vividness to fit in a box that they're trying to create for me. I just want to let you know, these other people. I was like, I've worked too hard to accept myself and love myself for who I am with all of my vividness. If they don't like it, I don't want to do it. And he said, and honestly, this guy, he just dreams so big for me. He's my mentor. He goes, no, your vividness is protected. It's all good. And I was like, good. Getting all like, meh, all about it. But those, when I started showing up on Instagram stories, it was like this, oh, people are going to think I'm too much. Maybe I shouldn't show up. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. What are they going to think of me? Instead of like, they're not beliefs I have. Like my personality, I think I'm quite funny. Like I might have self-laugh. That was self-deprecation. I am very funny. But I was, like my energy, how can it be too much for people? If I wasn't like this, I wouldn't be able to host a bloody podcast or run the Vivid Business Club. So your doubt allows you to like focus on things that people have told you. And the reason why people have told me I'm too much is because obviously I make them feel uncomfortable. And as Lady Gaga said, sometimes you've got to shine bright. If you're shining too bright for 2 people, they just need to put their sunglasses on. And you're never, ever too much for the right people. Ever. Ask the Vivid Business Club. Like, I'm not too much for them. And then T are the truths you're scared to claim. Now, this is one that's like, my doubt has shown up time and time again. And I really think that by saying that I'm the queen of unstoppable self-belief, I've really committed to that. And I remember the day that I said, I'm the queen of unstoppable self-belief. And if you've been to the Vivid Vibes experience, you also know what you are the queen of. I can talk about that now. Vivid Vibes. That was, so from now, it's just like 12 days. But if you're listening to this as it's out, it's like 2 weeks. Gone. A week. Oh, anyway, I'm not quite sure. A week. Doesn't matter. Anyway, but when I remember that day when I was like, right, I'm going to be the queen. I am the queen of unstoppable self-belief. I didn't feel like the queen of unstoppable self-belief that day. My dad was going, who are you to think you're the queen of unstoppable self-belief? Like, thinking, Actually, I've met a lot of people in my life. I watch a lot of content, but no one talks about self-belief like I do. Nobody teaches it how I do. Or if they do, I haven't found them. I've no idea who they are. So I, that means I am the queen of unstoppable self-belief. The end. So it was like, what does it mean to the world and mean to my identity if I own that? If I actually claim a truth that I'm scared to claim? What if my energy is that powerful because it is so infectious? Like my energy comes through the wires through to you, gets into you, and then you go and like come up with this amazing idea and your business expands and you go and put more joy into your kids and you have a better life and then you go make more money just because I was ready to step into the fact that my energy is fucking amazing. But your doubt will stop you from doing that. So they're the 5 ways that doubt can show up. So distraction from your superpower, old stories you've outgrown, unmet needs for safety or certainty, beliefs you've absorbed and not claimed, beliefs you've absorbed, not chosen, and truths you're scared to claim. Now, if all of that or any of that resonated with you and you want to learn more, get your bum in my 3-day workshop that starts tomorrow. You can join at any time through the 3 days because I'm going to send, even if you join on the Thursday, you get forever replay. So don't think, oh my God, I haven't got time and I've got loads of stuff going on. Don't worry about it. Join and then watch it, all the replays, all good. You get everything. You just don't get that live interaction and Q&A and liveness of it. But don't worry, you'll still get loads out of it. Get involved, come and give your business a boost, come and learn how to overcome your doubt and create that unstoppable self-belief. And honestly, the transformation that can happen in those 3 days and how you can start strutting and know and really believe that you've got this power and this just it's okay to accept that you're really powerful and special and fantastic and you're a warrior. Fuck anyone that says that you're not. You're freaking magic. Let's make some magic happen. Let's get that. Let's shizzle. Let's shizzle the zizzle. No, I've forgotten what it. Let's make some shizzle sizzle. Wherever you're listening, go and subscribe or follow. We celebrate every one of you. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful for you. Go and make some magic happen, my love. All right. See you soon, warriors. See you later. Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. Written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother, Phil Vick.